So we use 11 labs. 11 labs, you can clone any voice. So you can clone Trump, you can clone Obama, you can clone Steve Buscemi, right? You pick an actor, pick a famous politician, pick whoever, you can clone their voice, and then you can make it speak in pretty much any language that you want.
I've been in sales for over 25 years, and I just remember, writing down in my little notepad, writing when I would prospect somebody, because I'm in a recruiting business. We have a financial services organization, 1,500 licensed agents, and our job is to recruit and train and develop, and we work a lot in the warm market lead area, and just through the recruiting and training and developing other people, and it's wild, man. I mean, I used to sit down, I'd meet somebody, I'd write their name. I remember I used to always have my little Mont Blanc pin in my shirt. I'd have my pager. Of course I had my pager. I had my big Kyocera smartphone, right? I mean, I was always kind of an early adopter with technology, things like that. But I just remember, I'd write it down, and then I'd maybe put it in the database later or whatever. And
or maybe you didn't.
Or maybe you didn't. Exactly. That's the point. Is like, then I didn't, and then I forgot about the person. And then 3 months later,
You're like, going through your sheets of paper on your desk trying to find it.
Yeah. It's like, so explain to me how this is going to help me if I'm in that situation. Because, by the way, a lot of people are still there, by the way. So how does this help me? How does your company help me?
Well, I mean, the first thing we do is we automate everything. We make sure that everything gets off of sheets of paper and is an automated process. Where what I found is managing people, you can set up the process, right? And then you follow up with them a week or two later and you say, how many people have actually followed this process to a T? And the answer is almost none of them. And then you have to check on the stuff all the time. And, if you hire very smart people, it might be a little bit better. But, typically what you find is the problem is someone takes shortcuts because it takes a long time and they're trying to focus on revenue generating activities. If you're dealing with salespeople want to be making money, right? They want to be talking to top prospects so they can make money. They don't want to be doing busy work. They don't want to be sitting at the office till 8 o'clock at night, to spend the extra hour or two at the end of the day, putting everything they did during the day into their computer system. So this automates everything. It tracks everything. It makes sure that all the follow-up is done by the computer. So the high value work, you can focus all your time on that instead of doing the $10 an hour stuff.
That's powerful. That's powerful. And in your opinion, what is going to be the next breakthrough in AI or just technology in general?
I mean, I think in AI, to me, where we are with AI is kind of like when the internet came out. We're still on Mosaic. We're using 14.4 modems right now, where everything's, you're hearing that sound in the background as it's calling the computer and it's taking 5 minutes to load up an image, right? That's where we are with AI right now. As they increase the processing power, first off, we're going to see everything get fast. Everything's going to be almost instantaneous. It's going to be like a Google search that you click go and, as fast as your brain can comprehend, you have the answers there. So, I mean, that's going to come over the next couple of years. And then they're going to have very specialty curated databases for this stuff. So they'll have all the legal rules in a legal database by state, right? They'll have all the accounting rules. They'll have all these specialty databases that have curated information, because one of the big things with ChatGPT is it doesn't really think, right? It doesn't say, which source should I use? So Google, right? Google uses backlinks. That's how it tells, well, who should I trust? Let's trust the source that has, 1 million backlinks over the source that has 2, right? And that's how Google figures everything out. And then everyone tries to game it, right? And now it has a rating as well as the amount of backlinks you have as well to say what sources should we trust. Well, with AI, it has the same problem, except they haven't really solved it yet. So What people are doing is they're going to curate specialty databases to make sure that, hey, if I'm getting legal information from this, it's not going to just make something up. Because occasionally, because it's autocomplete, it'll just complete something that looks real but doesn't exist. So there's actually been a couple of lawyers who have been disbarred because they just had ChatGPT write everything for them, and it just made up some legal cases, and everything looked fine, but it was wrong. And we would try to do it for a while with like phone numbers and stuff, add a person's email or phone number, and if it couldn't find the right source for it, it would just make something up, and it looked like an email or it looked like a phone number, but it didn't go to the right person. It didn't go anywhere. So the more you play with it, you realize it's not really intelligence. It's more autocomplete, at least at the moment. That might change over the next couple of years.
So what you're saying is there's going to be, so this whole technology is going to, like right now, people are building basically databases for, if you want the best legal ChatGPT, artificial intelligence, if you want the best legal advice, if you want the best, whatever lawyer that you could possibly
medical, engineering, technical, whatever.
Yeah.
It's going to have all the best practices. So that's happening on one side. The processing speed is increasing dramatically. So Sam Altman right now is invested in a chip company that's supposed to have chips that are 10 times faster, or 100 times faster, specifically for AI, which again will solve a ton of problems.
What company was that, by the way?
I forget. It's one that Sam Altman has invested in. So the OpenAI guy, Mr. OpenAI has invested in this, and I'll put my money behind whatever Sam's doing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, that's I'd like to get in on that investment for sure.
And what I think they're going to start doing is having these things leverage on themselves, is rather than having people try to program the stuff, they're going to teach the AI to program and to self-improve, which, that's where we might see some scary advances that are happening over the next couple of years, where the AI is going to, kind of start writing its own code, writing its own models to improve in ways that we never thought of.
What about elections, man? How is this going to influence our elections when now they just had that guy, the president of, I think it's Milei, the president of Argentina. I thought it was really interesting. His YouTube video came up and it was him speaking English. And of course, he doesn't speak English. And so he does his whole speech at Davos or whatever, and it's all in English, and his mouth is moving correctly, and it's him on stage. And, you don't really know whether or not what he's saying is really what he was saying. Yeah. But you take it at face value. Now, I mean, you could basically make anybody say anything, anybody do anything, and it's their likeness.
That's correct. In their voice.
And their voice.
So we use 11 Labs. 11 Labs, you can clone any voice. So you can clone Trump, you can clone Obama, you can clone Steve Buscemi, right? You pick an actor, pick a famous politician, pick whoever, you can clone their voice, and then you can make it speak in pretty much any language that you want. With video, they're taking it now where you can expand out the room and it'll guess what the rest of the room looks like based on a billion other rooms that has looked like, or whatever the rest of the background looks like based on a billion other backgrounds that is seen. So it'll just kind of start auto-completing everything. They're doing it for video now. There's some things that are out there for video. The video isn't quite there yet, but if you look at Midjourney, 2 years ago, Midjourney, kind of the earlier version, was out, and the pictures look terrible. And today they look photorealistic down to the strands of hair, down to the hair on your face, right? Every eyelash, every eyebrow, like, not like you can see the individual things. It looks photorealistic, where it looks like I took it on a high-powered, iPhone or something, and you just can't tell it's not real. That's going to happen for everything.
If you like this video and you want to watch another one, click right here. If you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.